back to that topic is that they were out here. I'm concerning part two that they were out here learning how to do home invasions, and study the streets and all that, while we were sitting back getting killed by them every day. And so when I'm speaking on that, I'm speaking that they're 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 uh they're gay and they're just hateful. They were out here trying to learn how to set traps and fucking lead people into pits. It's called a pit. They like to try to build a pit, a threshing floor, and lead you to it and drop you in it. They'll do anything. Psychology is that when you're sitting in an area, they're out there doing paranormal activity. Paranormal activity meaning that they're out here, lusting for your wife, your children, for your life. And what I was meaning is that they over here have a supernatural eye. So they can see, because they're evil deities. They can see out of the body. Because it's called the mark of the beast. When you're a supernatural body, you no longer see from the two eyes. The two eyes are you're in the body, so they see outside the body. So so everything's different. They could throw things and control it. So you could throw a ball. So you throw a ball, and it just goes. But they could throw things and control it, move things and stuff, paranormal activity. And so they're out here, they get crazy with who they can, because our shepherd said that that the scripture says that we will beat them, and we will trample them like dust under our feet. But remember, meditate on that word. So when you're out here going through, walking in a store, remember there's a demon in there. He's waiting to break out the unspirit realm to try and take your life. Everywhere you go, you'll see them. They'll start throwing fits of rage because they want to get an upper hand and try and take you out, because they've been doing it for years. They've been killing every prophet, shooting them in his back. They've been doing it for years, and we have witnesses. We have truth. They're ignorant. They're hateful. And so when I'm speaking on that, the psychology is they like to study the habits, and they like to sow fear. They like to sow doubt in a man's mind. You see, they don't want you to reach your full potential. They don't want you to have any happiness. No, no, they don't want you to have a love life. They don't want you to have God. They want you dead. That's the first thing they want. So when you're battling a problem, remember that's not from God. That's from them. That they're out here doing it intentionally. That's the intentions of their being. That being is not of God. That being is a demon, and he just wants to see you in despair, and he wants to see your mom in despair. So when they're disrespecting you, they're disrespecting that whole family line. You know what I mean? And when I was talking to you about that, you got to see things, and you got to actually set your mind, because remember God said a spiritual war. They will do anything and everything just to try to stab you in the back as fast as they can. They like to play duplicity, run their mouth, use idioms, talking fancy reverse psychology and all that. But us, we must remember that we are a tribe, we are a family, and we survive. And we're the only ones that are gonna survive, because we're his, bro. We're his, and he's our general. He's our leader. So the more a man wants to come out here try to do psychology with facial expressions, or whatever it may be, because when you see a man look at you, and it's called heat waves. He traps a heat wave. They have auras. I know we don't have auras because we're beings, but they're deities. So they're out here. They have auras, so they leech onto you, and they're out here. We see from the eyes straight forward. We can't see to the side or behind us, but they can, and that's their favorite trick. Is when you're walking and they're out here trying to study your habits as fast as they can to do something, do a trick. But we know that they don't have the power or the strength, because that only comes from God. All they have is cowardly traits. All throughout the Bible, we've been victorious, and God said not even His finest, nothing can help them for what nothing can help them. they're gonna reap the consequences that they sowed. So if you're going through a lifetime problem, your daughter's sick with cancer, AIDS, that's them. So, and then when I'm speaking on that, they don't want you happy, and 90% of this last generation was in prison, in hell, in prison, getting shot in the back and stabbed. While these men were out here learning all these motivational speeches, taking all these psychologist class to sound wise in their own eyes, but they didn't make none of it. They didn't make none of it. They didn't make none of the motivational. Well, I know you heard about the thought process alone, study of that. A lot of that things they didn't make it. They just went and used it and didn't and hoarded it. They didn't want no one to have it. They hoarded everything, bro. And so when you're going through it, there's gonna be men out here. You see them. They want to lure, manipulate, and brainwash people. Manipulate, brainwash, and conjure and mock at people's trials and tribulations. But like I said, first thing is that they're gonna pay the consequence. And the second thing is that they're gonna see they get shattered, because remember that we are the true vine. That our tribe is the true vine. We're descendants of David, and David never lost a war. But like I said, they were envious of David. If you read scriptures, that they hated David without cause. They were full of rage towards him because he was the most mighty king. So they hated him. They hated him without cause. They loved to oppress him, persecute. They didn't want him or his descendants to have anything, And David called them out plain and plain. He spoke it simple, that they didn't have the knowledge to compete with his family. They don't have the knowledge to compete with the royal house of David, but they went and did some in vain evil deeds to a tribe, in history. So they can't compete with the royal line, and on top of that, they out here they're out here envious, and they see that they have a chance to manipulate, brainwash. They will continue to keep on doing it, bro. They'll continue to keep on doing it. They'll continue and to keep on doing stupid things. But that what our ancestors have done to them. Our ancestors have beat them to death, have put them to shame, and their descendants, they ain't gonna have no descendants. They ain't gonna have no remembrance. They ain't gonna be in our minds or our memories, because God said, that's the price you pay for selling lies, for out here doing stupid things. They're and let me get back to the subject. Let me fall right online with it, because I know you guys know what I speak upon, because I know you guys know what I speak upon, because you guys know what